Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. It's Tracy and welcome to Tracy Tries Journaling. And I'm trying, I really am lately. I tell you, with the lack of sleep from my little 16-year-old puppy and this heat, which makes me quite crabby, I'm surprised I'm still walking. But hey, tomorrow is another day. And today's a good day because I think I'm done. I think. I don't know. As we go through it, we'll see from page to page what I forgot to snip off or tuck in or glue on. Bear with me. But this is my latest journal. It is a it's a mishmash. It's a mishmash of basically everything. There's not a lot of actual digital papers in the journal. It's mostly vintage ephemera. Vintage papers, but there are some digitals, as you see here. And this is from Chryslane Crafts, one of her kits I just purchased on Ko-fi. Beautiful floral bouquet kit. So there are some digitals in here, but well, we'll go through it. I'll just show you. I just kind of went along and just went, oh, okay, that goes here. That's the way I do my journals. So anyway, enough talk. That's enough talk. So let's start. So I have this little bee brooch, but the back broke off, but it's just such a perfect orange for this journal. So the bee brooch stars on the front, even though there's really no bees in this journal. I wanted to use it because it's so cute. Okay, so I've just tied it up with this yellow orange ribbon. And so on, I've printed this on the really good paper and it just comes out. I love the oranges, the blues, the yellows. I just added a little bit of lace there and up here in the corner. And it's backed with one of the book pages from this book. And it's actually, the book is called Sherry. And it's not what I thought it was, because Sherry is a guy with the last name Sheridan. So my whole concept of it being a girly journal sort of went out the window. So I've just attached because I wanted to add this beautiful envelope. I don't know, I think it's 1939, but it's just incredible, isn't it? So it's the Netherlands. I love this. Just the old, the look of it and all the numbers and such, and then the stamp on the back. And then inside is a piece of French ephemera. This is from Kathy at Greek Chick, and I am not sure what that says as a date, but it's French ephemera. It doesn't matter if it's old or not. So I'm going to put that there and put that to the side with the bee, because the bee can pollinate the flowers. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so the front is actually vintage wallpaper that I got from Aloha at Aloha Creations and Little Corner Shop. And I covered the spine with some of the fabric sample books that I had. I used a piece there just because the spine was kind of sad. And then the same wallpaper on the back. And so this trim lace just goes all the way around. So we'll start. So, oops. So on the inside, this is actually a digital from Ida Jane Designs, but you know, I have to put it in. The oranges are just, and I think I may have enhanced the oranges just a little bit with my alcohol ink markers. it's a possibility, but it's so pretty anyway. So here we have this really sweet, this is an actual photo, and I just put some of the orange trim on the top, and it's got a piece of, that's part of a piece of lace there. It's just got some cotton fabric on the back, and then this piece of lace here, and a rusty paper clip. And on the back, we have this beautiful orange vintage birthday card, a birthday prayer, and it's to Peter, Maud, and the children. That's really pretty, and it's like those cards, you know, where the... So lots of room to write in there for you to write. And then just some vintage, this is German invoice. It's from 1925. And in here, this is from that catalog that I got a while back, the Consumer something or other, 1950s, or yeah. And then I just found this in one of the magazines I have. It says Eat More Chocolate. I couldn't agree more. So here, this is avocado dyed paper. And this is a piece of that paper. It was on the same page as the Ida Jean. And here we have a vintage invoice here as well, nice green. This is, I like to coffee dye and stencil my end pages. I think they just, from books, they just really, for some reason, take the coffee stain really well. And so this is from a German book. I think it's a German book. So here we have just this little piece of fabric with these pretty orange flowers in them. So it was perfect to go with this tiger lily. And then this here, oh, get back in there, you crazy. Well, we're gonna stay like that. This is from a cruise. Somebody would put this on their baggage so they knew what room to take their bag to. So I thought that was pretty cool. And here we have a check from the Bank of Belgium, maybe? And here's just some watercolor, orange watercolor on that page. Here's the offcut of a die, of a floral die. Here on this music paper, I have this beautiful picture of these two couples, or sisters and brothers. I think it might be sisters and brothers just based on their dresses look similar, but it's a really lovely picture, so I like that. And that's a real picture as well. And this is from an agenda from 45. This is wrapping paper from that, remember I showed you that big haul of wrapping paper that I got at the thrift store? This is just a one of the book covers you can print off at Graphics Ferry. And this is from the Metropolitan Museum of Art. It was the matching game. So it had sort of the yellow in there. And this is just a yellow postcard. And it's from 1951. And it's got the nice yellow and oranges and greens and everything on there. And this is just a little piece, little flower I cut out of a piece of fabric. And here we go, here we keep on going. And this is rag paper, I forgot to say that probably. And here I've taken just a piece of cardstock and I've embossed it. And then here's a beautiful orange picture that goes in there. And the invoice, and here's just an envelope, and it's just sitting there so that you have room to write underneath, and you have room to write there, or you can take it off and use it in your own design. And so here's the first page of chapter 1. And there's just actually that, sorry, that orange, this is a paint sample. Excuse me. My asthma is so bad in this weather. It is so hazy. Sorry. So you'll have to excuse me if I sound like I've just ran a marathon. This is from actually from a Reader's Digest, you know, the condensed books. It was on the cover page. It was just a picture in one of the books, so I cut it out. There's like pretty good pictures in some of those if you look. Here's some more wrapping paper, and inside is a piece from an old, very old music, you know, yeah. And here's just some of the tickets that I got at the thrift store. Vintage little greeting card, note card, and I've made pockets, but it was too fat to really put anything in. Coffee dye tracing paper, and here's an invoice we'll see on the other side. This is the inside of an envelope, and I know it's red, but I just opened it up because I didn't know what it was, and I saw it, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to use it in here. And it's got the airmail and the beautiful stamp, even though it's red. And it was to a sergeant in the Army, U.S. Army. And here is a piece, remember that little star I said back here? This is a piece from that fabric as well. So I just put, it was a remnant, so it kind of worked really well there on that music sheet. This is a page from that French notebook, the study that the girl was doing. This is the cover page from a seed catalog that I got from Nancy at Wishes and Weeds. And this is a vintage orange pop label. Wouldn't you love an orange pop right about now? And this is just a vintage postcard, sorry, but the dome is orange. So there we go. And this is actually ledger paper. You can't tell because I guess when I coffee dyed it with this stencil, it ran. I didn't think it would run, but maybe it's not like the really, really old ledgers anymore where the ink was maybe more permanent. So here, this is a cellophane envelope that I got from Kathy, sorry, at Greek Chick. And I've got the little orange trim there too. And inside is just a little piece from a tiny German book. Oh, can't read. A little piece from that wee, small, little diary that I got a while back. And this is the Flame Vine. And this is from the, where is it? Florida. It is the something in Florida. I don't know. Just say Florida. I got a whole bunch of these linen postcards in that batch I got a while back. And let's keep going. Music sheet score. An invoice for carbons and cokes, or charbons and cokes. And that's from 1946. And here's another stencil on music paper. No, this is on like an EKG type thing. And here on this page, which is an itinerary for different hotels. I had to have an orange, right? Orange recipe card, even though I cut the recipe off. And then a little orange stamp here to make this little corner tuck. And Irish stew with dumplings. I guess it could be orange. Jelly chicken bouillon. Chicken cakes. Okay, so this is just some letter paper from the pad I got that had the Queen and the family of the Queen on it. But this is Sherry. So he is the main character, the protagonist of this book. So I had to include him. He's quite handsome. And here is the center of the signature, and it is from a calendar that I got a while back with a whole bunch of birds in it, but I thought the Baltimore Oriole was perfect with its nice orange coloring. And here is, this is just something I took out of that big ledger book I got a while back. And I don't know what it says or what it's about, but it's 1,000 something, and it's orange. and it made a pocket for behind this. You can see the calendar page. So here's the picture of the, that's the golden brown and crispy chicken croquettes. Never lose their lure for us. Are you lured in? Lordy. Oof. But hey, probably looked good then. Let's not judge. So here's the other side of that stencil. So on this invoice, it naturally had 2 holes there. So I thought, well, why not, right? Why not run it through? It's cute. I love these tack stamps they have on here. So on this score sheet, I just punched it and then of course distressed it, because I find if you don't distress the, where you punch, it kind of gets lost in the next page. So there's that ledger that I dyed. Here's just another piece of coordinating fabric from the, I'll get that off, from the, probably when I gave my dog a haircut. I give her haircuts when she sleeps, because she sounds like I'm murdering her when she's awake, and then she bites the scissors. Yeah. Just a little orange stencil on the bottom. There's that seed catalog. The book, here's just a little, I think this is a piece of digital ephemera. That's just some gold watercolor paint on there. And I love this. I had to include it here because there was a natural rip in the page. But orange means you're assured, you're charismatic, you're competent, you're creative, you're enthused, extravagant, flexible, happy, independent, productive, warm, and wise. So if orange is your color and you love orange, that's you. And I know a lot of orange people out there. So here we have, sorry, my mind. So there's the other side. That's that invoice for the Bonjour le gérant des docks réunis. Oui. Yeah. So here's the coffee dyed tracing paper, and that's that little greeting card thing. So here I just took this was, a part of it was left over from a Happy Mail that I had received. So you can see right here and here. So I added it's an envelope, the stamps that I cut out of an envelope, because they had the beautiful orange in them, and I added it to the top there. Inside is the opposite of that die cut that I did. That's the actual flowers there. Here's some of the the wrapping paper there, and the paper clip is here because this was a half sheet of wrapping paper. So I had this blank hotel stationery, so I just added it in there, so there's plenty of room to write and be creative, draw, whatever you wish. So this is a coffee dye stencil, and here is and this is Kathy at Raven Vintage. She goes, yay Brantford, when she saw this, because that's obviously where she's from. But this is a first day cover, and it is from Sabah, Malaysia. But it's pretty beautiful, isn't it? Just the browns that fall in, and then like this is almost exactly like this wallpaper, but I love this and all the stamps, and even the stamps on the back. And that's the year I was born. It's very close to my birthday, actually. Good year, good year. So it's open to store stuff, and this is just a put in here to show you that you have a tuck here as well, and that's just a stencil using mica. And music sheet. So this is and Kelly McCracken, she goes, did I just see a wallpaper belly band? And I said, you did. So this is wallpaper. It is a belly band. It's got a vintage receipt inside there tucked, and this is, pretty sure this is Lydia A Raindrop Lila, I think that's one of her little pictures there, all nice and tiny and shrunk. And here's just a little coin envelope that's all dolled up. This is actually, this is a digital from Marley's Design on Ko-fi. This is one of her freebies. Or no, it's not a freebie. I paid for it because I wanted film strips so bad. And this actually, I did fussy cuts of a napkin that I waxed, but the wax was starting to wear off, so now it feels like really interesting. Feels like fabric now, not cloth. So here's another belly band with some trim, and this is another of Lydia's little things from a kit there. So you can see I've tried to use many and tried to remember this time many of the places where, oh, I shifted my guide. Whoops. Because I'm in the chair I love so much, right? So this is just a letter on some, I think it's onion skin. That's from Kathy at Greek Chicks. So here on my inside out airmail envelope, I did a collage. So this is from a German book page. Remember that little one I showed you back there? Here is a cigarette card of the solar system. This is an authentic photo of this guy and his baby, or his grandbaby. I don't know, but they both look just so happy. Stamps up here with the ready orange, just a little label there, and then this perfect orange cigar band. So, and then on the opposite side, I had this, sorry, let me just see if I can, oops, sorry about that, movie star. This slide, and it almost looks like it has like the orange in it. And so it was perfect to go down the corner. There's from Lydia again, and this is cigarette card, German cigarette card of one of their movie stars. And this is Bunte Himbalder. No, this is Angela Saliker. I was going to say Bunte. This is an invoice from 1942. And this is just a German book page, and I just did some watercolor on it. Napkin that I just decoupaged onto this sheet and added just the leftover cuttings from the front lace. And this is a mica stencil again. Here, I didn't color it because it would go through, but this is from a vintage gardening book from, I think it's 1971. And marigolds. So you know marigolds are beautiful and orange. So just imagine. Can you see it? Yeah, me too. Brilliant. I didn't want it to come through the other side. So then we just have a little piece of coffee dye tracing paper, and I just stamped it with a little flourish stamp. And here we have, this is from Lori at Gathering Time and Grace from a Happy Meal she sent me. Beautiful birds. I love them so much. Love the oranges. Love all the colors of the birds. And I'm still really bitter that the Lord decided that male birds should be the dominant, most beautiful, more beautiful color, and the female birds would be more muted. And I still don't think it's fair. But anyway, I digress. So this is a part of a lace sampler from, I think it is, I'm not sure, I think it's French, because that's where she gets most of her lace. And then I just had this little butterfly paper clip, and I tried to make antennas. That didn't work very well. So here's the other side of the birds, and just a little lace on there. The gardening book, the mica, that, the invoice. See, I had to, like, I wanted to put more, but I had to stop because I think I put too many pages in. Like, I tried to decorate as many of my pages as I could before I put them in, but then once you put them in, you see voids where you go, oh my God, that would be so perfect there, you know. So this is a wartime envelope from the War Office, and of course they don't have any plastic in their windows, so I had this great a photo booth from Rebecca at Antique Paper Jane that I got from her Patreon site a while back. That's just a tiny little orange stamp there, and I had this left over from a die cut, like I always keep my scraps. And so this is to remind you to fold it down. And again, we have some nice washi there, which I love the color of it. And just a bunch of, some of it vintage, some of it, like that's ledger, that's vintage. So yeah, so it looks good there. And the back, actually it doesn't have anything in it, so for you to add your things. And the back is blank, so you can see what it should look like. So there's that letter, Dear Annie. Ledger. This is actually the antique ledger from the ledger book, that big ledger book I got. So this is so awesome. And somebody said, oh my God, I love the shoes. There's my favorite book dart there. This is from a Where Women Create magazine. So, I added just a little, there was no holes in it, but I wanted it to look like a postcard. So I put a stamp in it, and then I'm like, oh, I have this sweet little flower that would look so good with these flowers here. So I added that there. And on the back, I just put more stamps. And this is another one of those photo booth photos, but look at that guy's nose. Oh my God, so cute, so cute, handsome as a devil. And there's just some of my age tape there, and I had an empty spot here, so this is again from that Where Women Create magazine, just a beautiful flourish of something. Now, she is an artist of some sort, and it was showing different colors, so it's beautiful orange there. So I just made this look like an envelope. So that's just the other side of that Paris stencil. So here is the last signature, and here, oh, my leg is asleep. Sorry, guys. So we have beautiful, I think, are these chrysanthemums? I don't know. I'm not 100 on those, but beautiful orange. This is wrapping paper as well. And on the back, this is a label from an orange import from Spain. So I don't know if it came on the box that the oranges came in or the orange bag itself. I'm not sure. So this is as close to orange as I could find for my pom-poms. So that's what we got. And here's another paint sample card. Over here is, I think this is a real vintage photo that I got in a Happy Meal with a bunch of photos in it that were real. So I think she might be real. I took this, this is from, I think it's Ida Jane. I think it's one of her kits in the ephemera part. And I had this piece of little leftover lace from something that I probably got from Janet Lita Vintage a long time ago, like a year. So I just added it to this. I thought it looked really pretty, and there's just some watercolor. Now I got this idea. I didn't do it as well as her, but I got this idea from Kate at Pixie K Design. Her latest journal, she did it with blue, and it's just, oh my God, it just turned out so well. Mind you, I did this just with, I took my box of markers, and I closed the lid, and I took my orange marker, and I just wrote all over the lid, and I sprayed it with water. And I don't even know, I think I might have used, I don't know if I used my hand to paint it. I don't know. It's been a long month. Oh, geez, it's been a long month. It's going to be longer for you guys when you have a concussion. So here's another piece of that. It's different than the other fabric back there. Yes, it is, because I got little tiny sample packs a long time ago from, pretty sure it was from a subscription box for Grabby that I got, like when I first started out junk journaling. Had I known, had I watched more videos, had I been led in or steered in the direction of some of the awesome creators that I see today, and had I learned about thrift haul videos, I would have probably not spent as much money and not accrued as many useless pieces of stuff that I have. So just a hint to anybody new, if you are watching me, and if you are, thank you so much. And how did you find me? And are you okay? I would say thrift. Look, if you're Canadian, look on Poshmark. Go to your thrift stores. If you have Value Village, you'll find everything you need, almost everything, well, basically everything, in those places. You don't need to buy the stickers. You don't, like, if you want to buy some, buy some. Sorry, I'm rambling on, but you know what? I just want to give you that advice so you don't end up with a bunch of stuff. So let's go to the Summer Rose Show. And that'll be at the Royal Horticultural Society in Toronto. And this is just some vintage music paper. And here's one of those sweet little appliques that I got last week or the week before. And this is from the Canadian Advertisers magazine. I think it's 1917. And again, chocolate. Chocolates without a rival for daintiness and flavor. I don't think I have any chocolate here because I swore it off. I have a wedding in a month and a half. Oi. This is tissue paper. Isn't that awesome? Love it. And this is one of Lydia's Polaroids. And it was pink, as you can sort of see the pink. So this was one of the places where I used my ability with my trusted alcohol ink markers to alter it. Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful roses, and I'm sure I've used that digital many times. So thank you, Lydia. And that's on Ledger. Here's another little music page from I think it's a little psalm or hymn book. There's that coffee dyed paper. And in here here's a sticker. Here I am ranting about stickers. So I got these flashcards, and I'm pretty sure I don't know if I got these at the thrift. Yeah, I did get this at the thrift store. But I put I had an peachy orange flower that I put on it, and then just because I had this, oh, come on, there you go. Tweety bird with the orange feet playing tennis. Like, I had to put it there, right? And this is like a report card, and it was orange, so it's in there too. And here's another first day cover. This one is from Malaysia again, and beautiful oranges. It would have been perfect in a fall journal, but I'm doing an orange journal, so it came with me. So on the, here, I forgot what I did. This is like just a little post-it notes. And so I took a bunch of the post-it notes and I just put them there. So there's your little scrappy pad. And in here is another piece of letter from Kathy at Great Chick. Oh, way over. And there's the back of the envelope, so you have a tuck back there as well. Here is an insurance policy, home insurance, pretty sure. I just added, this was from the bottom of the policy. This policy contains limitations of liability clauses. but I wasn't going to let it go to waste. So I just cut it out from there, and I just have a little tab here. On this page, we have another beautiful floral picture from a gardening book. Here is this orange like post. I don't know if these were for change of address that the post office just gave out. I have a feeling maybe they are. It's from Newfoundland. And then this here, this orange stamp is to remind me that it's a pocket. You know that Tracy does that. And we just got some trim with the beautiful gold in it. And this is just a little numbered tag there. And here's the other part of the other side of that gardening book. So this is a dahlia and Virginia creeper. And those aren't marigolds. They're too tall. Maybe they are marigolds. They looked too tall for marigolds, but I digress. Okay, so here is just a little piece of ephemera, German ephemera, and I don't know what it was from, but I added some of the German tape that I have very rare supply of. So it's really special when I use the real stuff, but the tape that you can get on Ko-fi from Sweet Pea Curiosities is really just as good. And in here we have a playing card with orangey red apples and dresses and lederhosens and sheep, and then some tickets. And here we have a postcard with a piece of lace left over from what wrapped around the book. And here, come on, lace. Oh, you little. These are little cutouts from a digital kit, and this is my attempt at, and I've said it many times, oh, my gray hair. Can you see? I've tried to resin it, but I don't have resin, so I used, is it Aleene's tacky glue? And I just covered it in it and let it dry for a day, and looks perfect. So we're gonna up this postcard. Here is the Sweet Pea Curiosity tape. And then here we have a, I'm not sure what country this one is from, so I'm sorry. But it's an aerogram, so it opens up, and this is where you write your letter, and you fold it, and then you mail it. So tons of room for writing inside of there. We have a vintage playing card here that I embossed. I think that looks really cool. And just a card catalog card right there. So we're just gonna tuck all that in there. So lots of room to write and tuck. And here, this is a tag from probably something my son bought, because I don't buy anything that's new. And so this is just a little swatch of a paint chip. Here's some, this is Japanese, from a Japanese book, just a piece from a book paper, and here is, this is a page from the actual book. So that just gets tucked in there. And this is from the negative storage book that I had, and I took just added it in here on a flip, added photos from Antique Paper Jane, Rebecca's kits, so they're in there, and then I just attached it with music paper. And here is more ledger, and I just added some lace trim on there, and made my own little button card here. And I think this is actually, I think this might be Sharon Horth from her Journalosity shop, these button cards. So I just added a couple buttons on it, and here is a vintage beer or something. It's, or It's orange. It's orange. It's German, it's Frankfurt, and it's Öfte Insel. So Appelwurst, beer. Loosely translated. So here's from that Canadian Advertisers magazine. And again, this is just a leftover piece of an envelope, or like, you know how sometimes you just get the scraps. And so I just used it as a tuck right there with the nice orange stamps. And this is one of my favorite things. I hope nobody's offended by this doll smoking a cigarette. I didn't realize until after, but this picture came from that Where Women Create book, and I just absolutely loved it. So I had these old postcards that aren't really, you know, they're cheap ones that you get probably from one of those places that I said don't buy from there, but I did. So I just added an old stamp up here, and I added this label here, this Airmail Express label. And aren't they cool? I think these are the coolest coolest dolls in the whole world. They have a good life. And here is another piece of our wallpaper. And this is a printable I got. I can't remember, I'm sorry, which kit on Ko-fi. But I just added, like, to brighten up the orange just a little bit, and then the orange on the trim there. And we are done. Now I have to count the pages. I hate that. So anyway, here she is, and it's Sherry, but it's he. Oh, you know, like, let's just not go there. Let's just say we had a great time. You came, you saw it, you conquered, you made it through. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you soon, maybe Thursday. All right, have a great one, everybody. Oops, my bee flew off.